5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Back on the Wild Things Baseball Network, presented by Rocco's Rolls, also sponsored in part by the Pennsylvania Lottery, by Sonic, by Baker's Waterproofing, by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, and by Victory Toyota Highlands. Final score tonight, Evansville 6 and Washington 3, as Washington falls, having left 13 aboard in the shortened two-game series opener here at Bosse Field in Evansville, Indiana. Let's go through the scoring. In the top of the third, Washington got it going with 2 outs. Tyreek Reed in an 0-2 count managed to fist a ball to right field for a base hit. It would bring around Brett Roberts from second base. He would score to make it 1-0. On the same play, Jomar Hernandez was thrown out between second and third, but Washington had a 1-0 lead. We'd go to the bottom of the third inning. A leadoff walk from Marlon Perez issued to Ellis Schwartz. A couple of batters later, a single by L.J. Jones was an RBI single as Schwartz came around to score, and Keenan Taylor would hit a 2-run homer after that to make it 3-1 in favor of the Otters after 3. In the bottom of the fourth, the Otters would add their remaining 3 runs of the game. A leadoff single by Raymond Gill, followed by a walk to Justin Felix. Both those guys would be sacrificed 90 feet by Alay Camus, the shortstop. A sacrifice bunt led to a sacrifice fly by Ellis Schwartz. That brought home Evansville's 4th run, scoring Raymond Gill, made it 4-1 Evansville. And then back-to-back RBI singles after a walk to Graham Brown, one by Paven Parks and one by L.J. Jones, or one by J.J. Cruz, rather, an infield single. That made it 6-1 Evansville. Washington got its remaining 2 runs in the 8th inning. 1 run scoring on the error that allowed Jeff LaCorey to reach, but LaCorey does pick up his 20th RBI of the season on that. Later in the inning, Jomar Hernandez, a sacrifice fly to score Wagner LaGrange, who had reached on an infield single, gone to second on a balk, gone to third on an error. I believe both those runs against Griff Hughes are unearned against his line. And Washington loaded the bases in the 9th inning with 2 outs, but came up empty on the strikeout of Ethan Wilder. Loaded the bases 3 times tonight and came up with 2 runs out of it. And they were loaded in the 4th with 1 out, in the 8th with nobody out, and in the 9th with 2 outs. And came up with just 2 in this affair here at Bosse Field. The final line totals for the Evansville Otters, it is 6 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left on base. For the Wild Things, it is 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and Washington leaves 13. The winning pitcher is Braden Scott. He is 1-0. The loser is Marlon Perez. He falls to 2-2. The save belongs to Valdez, his first. Time of the game was 2 hours and 47 minutes from 6:33 to 9:20 tonight Central Time. It was played in front of an announced attendance, pretty good crowd of 3,357 here at Bosse Field, the home of the Evansville Otters. The series concludes, and the road trip concludes tomorrow with the finale of this short 2-game series. Washington will be able to try and avoid a sweep as Reggie Grace takes the mound for the Wild Things. It'll be against Parker Brahms, as we've been told, unless it changes for the Evansville Otters. Washington now 13-11, Evansville 11-13. The Wild Things, with the Crushers lost, they are still a game up on second place Lake Erie in the Central Division, 2 games up on Evansville, but it's still obnoxiously early to be talking about the standings. However, as we've said before, it's always good to be in first place, and Washington is in first place despite really just treading water to start the 2025 season here. It's the 2 3-run innings that make an impact tonight. Washington leaves 13 in a 3-run defeat. We will chat with you tomorrow for the finale of this rain-shortened 2-game series on the flip side from Evansville, Indiana. Kyle Dawson saying good night for all of us at the Washington Wild Things. The final score once again, the Otters 6 and the Wild Things 3. More tomorrow from Bossy Field. To get him out of it, 0-2 to Brown, breaking ball up in the zone, swung on and missed, and Perez has his first strikeout, one away on 3 pitches. Here's Marlins Wine, the 0-2, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts as Gill goes down on the changeup, and an 0-2 count for Scott on Reed. Lefties pitch home, back to the fastball, handled toward right field, and that is going to be down for a hit. Roberts turns third, and he is going to score. And Jomar Hernandez is caught between second and third. Run does count. Washington strikes first on an RBI single by Tyreek Reed, but Hernandez is out in the middle of that play to my right since I started coming here. Swing and a miss by Brown. He's got a strikeout. Perez is fifth, and that's the first out of the fifth inning. 2-2. Schwartz swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Blocked by Hernandez. Dropped third, strike throw to first in plenty of time. 2-3 on the putout. One away as Chassis picks up a strikeout. Bunch of career highs. Called strike 3 on Brown for out number 2 as Chassis gets another K. Here's the pitch to Taylor from Kirby. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Kirby gets a strikeout for the second out of the frame. Runners at second and third. Nobody out. The pitch, ground ball second base. Booted by the second baseman Cruz. And caroms toward the right field line. That is going to allow LaCorey to reach. He does pick up an RBI as Check comes across to make it 6-2. Trail by 4 right now with 1 out. The pitch to Hernandez is in the air toward right and down the line. Schwartz is ranging over in front of the track by the line, makes the catch. Wagner-Lagrange will tag and score. It's a sacrifice fly for Jomar Hernandez, and it's the second out of the inning, more importantly, for Valdez.